Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back to our channel. Today is just gonna be me. Hubby is taking a nap and so are the kids. So I thought I would get on and just talk to you guys for a little while and share a funny story or two concerning, or not concerning, but about different experiences here in Tanzania. But as always, if you like the content and if you'd like to see more, we definitely would like for you guys to like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to donate, that would be greatly appreciated. All that information will be below in the description box. So feel free. We have PayPal as well as Cashapp. So anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, please excuse my bonnet. I'm having some issues underneath. I had braids, if you guys look at our earlier videos, and I'm letting my scalp rest like the land of Africa. Oh, but it's just not looking pretty. I'll give y'all a little sneak peek. But yeah, you see my braids. Yeah, so right now we're gonna do the bonnet. But anyway, I just wanted to share some stories with you guys that I've experienced while being here in Tanzania. Oh, and just to let you guys know, if you hear any background noise, I'm sitting here in the living room watching one of my favorite shows, Chopped. And as you can see, there's Cindy. She's up there sleeping. And I can kind of show you, like, this is outside. Very quiet. Yeah. And then there's my show. And just to give a little glimpse, this is our home. Excuse the crib that has never been used. But he just chooses to sleep with his TT. So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. I do apologize for the interruption, but oh, story number one. Okay, this was about a month or two ago. I was with our driver, Freddie, and he took me to, was it Carriacou? Yes, Carriacou. I had to think about it because Freddie takes us everywhere. Oh, such a blessing. But anyway, Freddie took me to Carriacou. I forgot what we were going to get. I think it may have been the television. I don't know. But anyway, we went to Carriacou, and for those who are here, they know all about Carriacou. If you don't, Carriacou is like a farmer's market on steroids. Yeah, that's the best way to explain it. If you really want to know, just Google markets, fresh market in Ghana. I don't know if they have any video footage of here, but Google fresh market in Ghana. I know that I've looked that up, and it's very similar, but it's a lot of hustle and bustle. I mean, people everywhere, kind of chaotic. They have the bajajis and they have delivery trucks, and you got people walking in front of cars. It's just crazy. So anytime we go, we take our driver because he knows how to maneuver. Anyway, we went to Carriacou, and that's what it was. Okay, I just remembered. Okay, we had to buy these lovely curtains. We had to get those curtains, and we bought it from a shop in Carriacou. So we had to get extra curtains because we had a buttload of windows, or half a buttload of windows, and we needed a few more. So Freddie drove us back down there, and he was trying to be in and out. So he pulled like up to the shop, in front of the shop, and he put his emergency lights on, like normal. Now mind you, it's like shoulder to shoulder, so you could easily have your elbow out of the window just sitting and somebody could brush up against your elbow because people are walking just that closely to the moving vehicles. So he, tells the lady that we're there to pick up the curtains, and, we paid the money. And before Freddie could pull off, a guy came up to the window. Mind you, in Tanzania, they drive on the opposite side. So the steering wheel is on the right-hand side. The left-hand side is the passenger seat. So a man, older man, came up to the car. I'm in the back. He came up to the car. He was talking to Freddie in Swahili. So, of course, me not knowing the language like that, I just assume that they know each other. So they're going back and forth, and then the man just suddenly gets in the car. So I'm like, okay, they definitely know each other. That's my mentality. So Freddie proceeds to pull off with the guy in the car. So I'm thinking they gotta know each other. So we're driving. Mind you, we can't go that fast because there's just people coming in all different directions. You got delivery trucks trying to come the opposite direction of us. I mean, you're scraping a car or delivery truck Jaji by this much. Like, it was just that chaotic. And in all the while, Freddie, my driver, is going back and forth with this guy that got in the car. So I don't know what they're talking about. They seem a little passionate, but I just kind of assume that they are talking about something that means a lot. I don't know. And I mean, I know, depending on where you're from in Africa, you can get a little emotional when you talk, and the volume gets louder, and, a lot of expressions like and oh that starts to come out. So of course I just give it the benefit of the doubt. So we're driving, and all of a sudden, my driver looks at me and says, "Ashley, you are my witness." It's like, yeah, I guess I am. And I don't know for what. And he said, "You are my witness. You are my witness." And I was drawing a blank. But he then proceeds to say, "You got in my car without my permission. I am calling the police. Police. I don't want to say it in Spanish by accident, but anyway, police." I'm like, what? So they're constantly going back and forth in the front seat while Freddie is driving. I'm still lost. I'm like, what in the world? Like, you don't know this guy? I still don't know what's going on. I'm just confused. So they're steadily going back and forth, being kind of loud, but no physical altercation or anything, just talking back and forth. So finally, Freddie turns another corner and he stops. And it's like he stopped in an area that's not the place where you stop. Like, it's just like in the middle of the road. And then the guy proceeds to get out and walk away. So I said, "Freddie, what just happened?" He said, "That man came and got into my car without asking permission." I said, "So you don't know him?" He said, "No, I don't know him." I'm like, what? He said, "No, I don't know that man. He's a stranger." I said, "Why did he get in your car? Is he a police?" "No, he's not a police. He's a random man. He says I parked illegally and he was going to turn me in." So the guy was basically trying to, I would say, pull a citizen's arrest for us back in the States, And he got bold enough to get in the car and argue with Freddie to say that Freddie was wrong. He shouldn't have parked. He said that Freddie had parked there for 20 minutes when that was not true. So Freddie was, the whole time they were arguing while I was clueless, Freddie was telling him, "Oh, I didn't. It was a quick stop. I didn't do anything wrong." So Freddie said, I said, "So what was I a witness to?" He said, "I said, you are my witness. He got into my car without my permission. He saw us counting money and he wanted to rob me. He is a thief." So he was telling this guy all of this, saying that I'm going to turn you in because you got in my car without my permission. You saw me counting money and now you're trying to rob me and my witness. I'm going to turn you in. So, long story short, the guy became afraid because he knew he had jumped into this person's car, or Freddie's car, without permission. We were counting money. I mean, even though we weren't just being like openly, so everybody can see it. It was still the point that we had money that we were doing a transaction for the curtains. So Freddie said, no, that guy wanted money. He wanted money. He got in my car because he saw we counted money, and he wanted to make me fearful of getting in trouble so that I would give him money. I was like, what? I said, so he tried to accuse you of doing something that you weren't supposed to do. He was no policeman or anything. He's like, yes. He wanted money, but when I told him I would turn him in for being a thief and he would go to jail, he got scared, and that's why he got out. I was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? So from that point on, we started locking doors as we got in and out. I mean, we would always lock the door when we got out, but you would think that people wouldn't just jump into your car. That was just crazy. But I can laugh on it now, but in the moment I was just like, what? So that was one of the stories that I just found unbelievable, but at the same time hilarious, because that could possibly happen in America, but I don't know. That caught me off guard. But anyway, the second story that I have, what was it? Oh, this happened about 2 weeks ago. I called a Bajaji, which is the three-wheeled transportation. It's similar to like Uber, but it's faster because they can kind of maneuver in and out of traffic. You can look it up, Bajaji. But I called for a Bajaji to take me to the mall. And for whatever reason, they have a hard time finding where we are, even though we are in a very well-known spot. But for some reason, they just can't figure it out. So we would always have to get on the phone and kind of give them directions. So this particular Bajaji driver, he called and got directions and made it all the way here. And I got in the back of the Bajaji, ready to go. Now, mind you, sorry, somebody was leaving. Mind you, I usually like to pay like via the app. So you can pay with cash or you can pay via the app. I choose via the app because I know exactly how much a trip would cost per se. But I'm probably going to get away from that. I'm not sure, but whatever. That's not the point. So, but anyway, the fact is, it was a definite thing that he would get paid and all of that. So I'm in the back of the Bajaji, ready to go. He says, I don't have no money. I don't receive money. And I said, no. When we get to where we're going, the money will be released. He said, no. I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't. And I'm like, no, you will get the money once we get to where we're going. So he says, no, you don't have cash? I said, well, it's on a card. He said, oh, no, I do cash. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So I proceed to say, okay, I'll pay in cash. Now, mind you, on the app, it tells you how much you pay for the trip. So I proceed to cancel the trip on the app. And I pulled, because the trip cost like 3,000 T shillings. So it's like $1 and something USD. I pull out a $5,000, well, I hate to say dollar, 5,000 bill, T shilling or shilling. And I proceed to say, yes, okay, I'll pay in cash. He looks at me and says, five. I said, no, 3. I said, the app says 3. He said, no. You call another. I said, excuse me? So what? He said, no, you call another. I said, call another what? He said, you call another. No, 3. No, I can't take you for 3. And I was like, you work for Uber or Bolt or whatever the case may be. You answered the call. You got here after getting directions. And then tell me you take cash. And then when I tell you I can pay for cash, you tell me no, I need to call another. So I was still kind of baffled because I'm like, I'm trying to pay you what the app says I owe or would owe. So what are you talking about? And he just continuously said, no, you call another. I said, I call another Bajaji. So you're not going to take me. No. So I was so hot. Y'all, oh my gosh. I was so hot. Don't get me wrong. I totally understand because they are trying to make money and, they're hard workers, all that good stuff. But I can see if I just walked up to a random Bajaji and said, hey, can you take me such and such place? And then he gave a quote and then we negotiated or however that would have gone. But I specifically ordered you through an app that has set prices and everything. And he answered. I don't know if he can see how much it's going to be for the trip once he answers that call. I don't know. But he gets there. He burns gas to get to where I am, allows me to get in the back seat, and then decides he wants cash. And once I say I'll pay you what the app tells me I need to pay you, you tell me call another. I was so upset. You guys, but at the same time, the language barrier. And then, of course, you don't want to be disrespectful. But I was just in disbelief. I'm like, how are you going to be upset with me because I'm not willing to give you more or to choose to cancel the app that tells me I paid $3,000 and go with willingly to pay you more. Now, mind you, I have no problem tipping. The app does have the option of adding additional tip if you have a wonderful experience and all of that. I don't mind doing that. He could have easily possibly gotten $1,000 or $2,000 more because I think in the US or USD it's like change, like 50 cents, 75 cents. I don't know, but that's perfectly fine. He could have easily gotten, more just based on just being nice and taking me where I requested to go. But he told me basically to get out. So I had to get out. I had to basically call another Bajaji and deal with the whole runaround of giving directions and trying to get that person there. So yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything negative about Tanzania or the people or anything like that, or what do you call them, boat drivers and things, because I have had wonderful experiences. But that particular one, got under my skin because it was I just couldn't figure out where the justification was with that. But anyway, now that I look back on it, I can laugh because I wanted to tell him some stuff. Like, I really did, but I knew that the language barrier would have been a waste of my breath because he probably would have just kind of brushed me off, or it just would have been a mess. So anyway, but it ended up working out in the end. But yeah, guys, so if you guys are to come over here, don't get me wrong, majority of the people are wonderful, very pleasant, very helpful, eager to assist. But you will run into those one or two situations where you might be like, what did that just happen? Oh my goodness, like, okay. But yeah, so I just thought I would share those two stories with you guys. And don't think I forgot, we have actually recorded our story of why we're here in Tanzania, what brought us here, but we had an issue with memory in our phone, or my phone, and we had to cut it short. So there is a part 2 that has to go with it. We didn't actually finish what we wanted to share or whatever. So once we get that second part complete, we will definitely be uploading it and sharing it with everybody. So we ask that you be patient. And I hope in the meantime you enjoy this video. And if you guys have any funny experiences, if anybody's watching from Tanzania, if you guys have any funny experiences, please feel free to share, because it's so much that takes place that you would just not believe in a funny way. So I would love to hear it. But in the meantime, you guys take care. Shalom. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.